The winner of the 2010 Telstra Queensland Businesswoman of the Year is Megan Horton.
Okay. Gee whiz. This is absolutely awesome. You know, I've got a guy who works in my team that I just adore, Tim, and he often says to me, "There's no charge for awesomeness." This feels just so overwhelmingly fantastic. Sorry, I just need to get myself together. Yeah. I didn't prepare against all good advice. So it's right now that I will be very thankful that my mother forced her 3 daughters to do speech and drama for so long. It's been a really very full-on career for me, and I don't do things in halves, as my husband and my friends and my parents will testify. I'm pretty proud of the fact that I don't do things in halves. I set very high standards. Everyone that works with me, I expect to achieve very high standards. And I've been very lucky and very fortunate because everyone that has worked with me has achieved that. And I couldn't have done it without a team around me. But I also need to stand here and be very proud of myself because this process and the Telstra process has made me realise that I am good at what I do and I am a good leader. And sometimes women need to be told that because we don't often tell ourselves that. I have a 7-year-old daughter at home, and I cannot wait to go home and tell her that I won. She'll go, "Where's the medal?" But we lost our hockey grand final last Monday night, and I only came home with a runners-up, so that didn't quite cut the mustard. Just on the subject of sport, I have played a lot of sport all my life, and I've made some very good friends through sport. And I think it's sport that has helped me in my business successes. I guess it always takes a team. You have to know where everyone is playing, or they need to know their position and how to get to the ultimate goal to make sure everyone's in tune with the big picture. We've always celebrated the wins, which is the fun bit. I've made some amazing friends and who have become successes in their own right. My best friend told me this week that she just got promoted and she's one of the 4 most senior women at Rio globally. She might be here next year. And, you know, at a wild hockey party, I met my husband, who is just the greatest guy around and who has been the biggest support. And it was made this possible because without him, something had to give in our family dynamic, and he took on roles that gave him more flexibility so that I could pursue positions that I have, particularly the CEO role at CitySmart. And the CEO role is a first for me. I've been heads of strategy divisions before. I was a director at PricewaterhouseCoopers, but I was never the head of a company, and it comes with a whole new degree of responsibilities. I actually thought it was fantastic to be offered the role, which, Jim, I might remind you, was supposed to be 4 days a week at the start. Yeah. And I was really happy that when I took over the role, I was working with a chairman who was so passionate about the whole sustainability arena. I'd had corporate positions before where I'd made people lots of money, where I'd worked on merger and acquisition deals. I never ever won one, by the way. Don't know, it's not in my CV. But it was about making big corporates more money, and while that's important to shareholders, etc., this job with CitySmart is giving me an opportunity to actually make a real difference, and the real difference is reducing greenhouse gas emissions in Brisbane and leaving behind a much nicer, cleaner city for my children and children of the city. So that's why I am loving everything that I do at the moment. The company wouldn't have been created without the vision of the Lord Mayor. He has a real drive to make Brisbane Australia's most sustainable city, and he's been quite supportive in everything that we've tried to do and getting energy reduction into people's homes with our first flagship project, Easy Green. I know it'll be the first of many to come. That project wouldn't have got off the ground in the way that it did and has been such a great success. And I mean, it has been a great success. We've achieved 70% of our annual target in 9 weeks. And that state government partnership was thanks to Kate, who saw the vision of the program and supported it and was an absolute wonder to work with. I haven't had that much to do with Kate, but the first time I met her, she was only 6 weeks off having her baby and she was still as sharp as a tack and operating at 150%, and I was really impressed. It's also, the Telstra Awards say to you, talk about what inspires you, and it actually stops to make you think. And I can't say that it's one truly renowned person or it's, an event, etc. But there's a group of about 6 or 7 women who I have watched over my career. I enjoy their company. They're down to earth. They're genuine. They're achievers in their own right. And not formally at all. We just go to lunch. When I need support, I ring them up. I had a rough trot with a couple of things lately. I went to lunch with 2 of them. One of them's here in the room who gave me some fantastic advice. And it's about finding those support networks. Whether you need advice, you just need to vent, you need a release or a break. But at the end of the day, women are better with other women, and we do need to collaborate and support each other, not compete. Be ourselves, be feminine. Wear pink. Yeah, I made this suit. So that was my husband just singing that out. So anyway, look, the whole feeling is amazing. I'm really, really looking forward to speaking at events, to speaking to other women, to sharing my story, to driving more projects that tap into commercial drivers of corporate partners, but ultimately achieve reduced greenhouse gas emissions across Brisbane. We can do so much more for the environment. I can stand here and say 3 years ago, I probably didn't even give it much thought. And then I started to watch my kids grow up and started to think a little bit more carefully about it and what we were leaving behind, not just for them, but for all the Houghton generations to come. So I really look forward to doing more in that space, to working with women, to working with my amazing team, to doing more with the board at City Smart, who have got some really great operators on it, to doing more with the partnerships of the City Council and the state government, because a collaborative approach delivers greater results every time. Thank you so much, Telstra. This is amazing.